So here's the ileum. Okay, at the end is connected to the cecum. Okay, right there. Okay, there's a sphincter there as well. Okay, that's the reflex. Chemical digestion. Okay, we saw some of it already. As stomach content enters, it will stretch, and the pH will stimulate secretion. And of course, it will secrete all kinds of stuff. Remember, protein digestion. The bolus will get smaller and smaller into something called a chyme. Chyme has partially digested protein and carbohydrate, and has very little fat digestion in the stomach. Chymes then enter slowly, and it's mixed with alkaline secretion, bile and pancreatic juices. The pancreatic and intestinal juices will finish the chemical breakdown, and for absorption to occur. Absorption cells will make enzyme bound to microvilli. These enzymes will complete digestion, and absorption will occur. Okay. The ileocecal sphincter to the anus is the large intestine. So remember the ileum. Okay, the first section of the large intestine will be the cecum. Okay, it's got the appendix here. Appendix is a reservoir for good bacteria. People used to think it's useless. Okay, it stores microflora and vitamins. Okay, so your large intestine is mainly to the last step to finish absorption. Okay, so here's the cecum, and the colon has four parts. First, going up, ascending. Going across is the transverse. Going down is descending. And then the sigmoid colon is an S shape right here. Okay, as you absorb more fluid and water, the waste is compacted, and this is where the feces are formed. The anus also have two sphincter. Okay, and you see this S shape. So that of course the anal sphincter is voluntary. This one is not. So as food, keep pushing, you want to go number 2, and then of course you're not going to let go because of the sphincter here. Okay, the reason it is S-shaped like this, the rectum, is because so that gas can escape. Histology of the large intestines. Mucosa is still simple columnar epithelium. There's absorption cells and more goblet cells. Okay, looks like that. No microvilla or circular fold. There's no enzyme. Lots of mucus protect and absorb, and pH changes due to bacteria. So here's the anus. The anal canal is stratified squamous epithelium with long ridge and fold. Muscularis is well formed, a lot of muscle. It's got two sphincter, internal sphincter and external sphincter. Internal is smooth muscle, is involuntary, and the skeletal muscle outside is skeletal muscle and is voluntary. Some of the things we need to remember when we're studying the large intestine. So you see this white band. Okay, this is called a tinea coli. 3 bands of smooth muscle, just a longitudinal layer. This is just called tinea coli. Now also there is these looking thing that looks like bread. Okay, These are called holstras. And these fat little things, okay, epiploic appendages, small fat filled pouches, okay. Don't know what it's for. Bacteria flora, there's a lot of bacteria, okay. Bacteria enter the alimentary canal and is generally killed by lysosome, defensin, hydrochloric acid during the protein digestion. But about 700 species individual live here. They are non-pathogenic and they live in symbiosis. They aid in the digestion, absorption, and one of the most important thing is the vitamin K production. Okay, is made by your bacteria flora. So the large intestine, it takes 12 to 24 hours to pass. It's when the chyme becomes feces. There's only a few nutrition remain. Okay, only indigestible water and electrolytes. Mechanical digestion is mixing and movement. The holster, remember those pouches that looks like bread? It contracts, slowly segmenting movement every 30 minutes. Stimulated by distension. Distension is when it stretches, causing movement to the next pouch. So it's squeeze and then it moves to the next pouch. Squeeze and move to the next pouch. Mass movement. Long but slow but powerful. 3 to 4 days. It moves toward the rectum. Okay. 20 centimeters at a time occur as eat or after we eat. Every time we finish eating, we want to go, right? The gastrocolic reflex, presence of food in the stomach and digestion, nutrient and small intestine causes movement in the colon. So even as we get ready to eat, we might want to have the feeling, the sensation to go. Chemical digestion in the large intestines. For every 500 milliliter of food that enter, 100 milliliter will become feces due to bacteria, saccharolytic fermentation. So absorption of water, electrolytes, and vitamins are produced, made by the bacteria. So once this is all upset, you have diarrhea. Defecation is the, going. Number 2, rectal wall stretches due to the feces entering after mass movement. Okay, so things start going into the rectum. Parasympathetic stimulation causes contraction of the rectum and relaxation of the internal anal sphincter. So the one on top, the one above will start relaxing and feces will start entering into the rectum. Feces enter with anal canal and the brain receives notice for control of the external sphincter. If not, an accident will happen. Valsalva maneuver is when you take a deep breath in and hold, bear down like that. That's called Valsalva maneuver. Okay. Valsalva maneuver can also cause several things to be positive. If you have a disc bulge or a tumor or something like that, it will cause internal pressure and it will cause pain. Okay. Going can be as frequent as 2 to 3 per day or 3 to 4 per week. Okay, depends on your stress level and all that. Remember, when we are stressed out, we don't digest. So we're going to learn about the other accessory organs that will help with digestion. First one is the liver. So you remember small intestines, once the food goes in, is really acidic and it needs assistance. Okay, this is where the accessory organ comes in. Okay, the liver will help produce biles. Okay, so first, the bile is stored in the gallbladder. Okay, so here is the liver. Okay, it's got 4 lobes. Okay, it's held together by 5 ligaments. Okay, falciform, teres hepatitis, coronary, and 2 lateral ligament. The lesser omentum, it is touching the stomach. Okay. So here's the right lobe, the big one. Okay. Here's the left lobe, the small one. The quadrate, okay, right there, and the caudate. Okay, so there is right lobe, left lobe, quadrate, and caudate. Here is the histology. Once we cut it out, so here, if we look at it very carefully, okay, this one right there, these guys, I mean, not this one, all these right there is called a central vein. Okay, central vein. And you see this line right there, these lines, okay, these are called bile canaliculi. So the bile is produced by the hepatocyte. Hepatocyte is cells in the liver. Hepato is liver. It flows to the ductile, okay, then to the bile duct corner, forming a portal triad. This is called a portal triad, okay. So it flows through there into the portal triad, okay. So here in this picture, the purple part will be the sinusoid. It separates the cords, the blood from the hepatic artery and hepatic portal vein mixed here. You will find Cooper cells. Cooper cell is a star-shaped cell. Let me see if I can see it here. I don't see one here. Maybe they live around here. Okay, so these are the sinusoid. These would be the bile canaliculi. Okay, again, it's going toward the portal triad. Okay. All blood from the alimentary canal will need to pass through the liver. Okay. Remember, the liver helps with toxins. Okay, process of nutrient and toxin. Biles, it helps with fat digestion. So recall that lipid are hydrophobic. As you know, fat does not like water. So you need some preparation for chemical digestion in the small intestine called emulsifying. Okay, emulsifying is breaking down of the